Hello everyone, I'm Rec-V5.
And I am Sandman99.
And welcome back to The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition with Winter Frost.
Yes. And in the last episode, I believe, we defeated Harkon.
I'll come with you wherever you want to go.
Now, we're going to take Serana to Markarth. Just to finish up the quest arc with her.
Indeed.
Having to do with the Serana and the Mark of Dibella. So we have to go and see the priestess at the Temple of Dibella in Markarth. And that is where we're going right now. A dead Nord. Looks like I've already fed on that dead Nord body. Deactivate the traps.
See, leaving the dead guy there really kind of defeats the purpose of the traps.
Yeah.
Take this and hold on to it. I'll be back for it later. I'll pay you good. Don't lose it. No time to talk. Snitch or double-cross me and I'll kill you. I mean it.
Okay. What is this thing that he just gave us?
I have no idea.
Glass Mace of Expelling. Banishing summon Daedra up to level 20. So I guess this mace's owner should be showing up here fairly shortly too.
And talking to you, of course.
Yeah. Because why not?
He's probably heat-seeking in on you right now.
Yeah. What? Where? What? Who?
Oh, maybe he found the guy who was stealing from him first.
Nope, here he is.
Run past just now?
Well, yeah.
Yes. How did you get this? Never mind. Here, it's not much, but it's something. I'm going to track down that thief and murder him.
Why the hell is a hunter walking around with a...
You see that? He gave me 1 gold piece.
Wow.
For returning an item to him that's probably worth like 10 grand, right?
Greedy bastard. Maybe that's why it got stolen in the first place.
Wow.
Helping the hunter is a sham.
Yep, I guess I should have kept it, right?
Ah, well.
That
You'll know
cheap-
for next time.
That cheap bastard. Boy. Okay, well, we should be coming out near Forsworn country here pretty soon. Do a little bit of flower picking here as we go along our way.
See, nobody walks down the road like this, right? Nobody, like, makes, like, all these, like, sharp 90-degree turns in order to, like, pick up these various flowers and shit.
Yeah, but that's why there's so many flowers to pick, though. They've got to be picked. Can't just leave them there. Anyway, here's an interesting point of interest here. if you will. An interesting point of
Another
interest.
cave. I've spent enough time underground myself, but if you want to go in, I'm right behind you.
Well, technically it's not really a cave. Well, I guess maybe it is sort of. Anyway, this is an interesting location, mainly because I have, just as a challenge to myself, played through this a few times with a level 1 character.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because if you choose with the alternate start mod, if you choose Breton for your character, then one of the alternate starts that's unique particularly to the Breton character is that you can start as a Forsworn native. And if you do, well then you start off in well, we just came out over here.
Yep.
Somewhere. Where is that place? It's actually up here in this area here. There's a Forsworn cave, right? We went by it, but we didn't actually go to it, right?
Yep.
And that cave, that's a Forsworn stronghold that you start off in, right? I forget. I think it's, I can't remember what it's called now. But anyway, it's not far from here. It's just up this path a little ways.
And you like to come here.
And so anyway, well, basically you start off with like an ungodly high bounty in the Reach. So if you're going to play that character without being arrested and thrown into Sidna Mine right away, you pretty much have to
find a place to set up shop in.
Like, yeah, find someplace else to go and there's a dead Forsworn here. What the hell just happened? I just teleported somewhere. Wow, I just teleported into a middle of a bunch of trouble. Who's this guy? Okay, well, he's obviously not an enemy. He looks like one of the... Oh, okay.
An adventurer.
He's an adventurer, yeah. Who's this guy? Oh, that's Vorstag from the Companion. No, he's from... he's an NPC from Markarth that you can hire, right?
Yeah, how the hell did you get out here?
Well, I went to feed on this, or drain blood from this Forsworn warrior here who's died. And all we found was his sword laying in the middle of the path.
And I guess that's where it was from.
And I guess this is where it was from. But anyway, unless you want to wear Forsworn armor, there really isn't a whole lot. You know, to loot off of these guys. If I were a bit closer to a beginning level character, I probably would take the Forsworn armor because I'll take the Forsworn bow. And just a sheer knife. Because the Forsworn armor is actually pretty good quality armor for a lower level character. Anyway, yeah, it's just over here. Like, this is just over here is where we were. It's just one of those weird Bethesda bug things, I guess.
Yep.
But anyway, I guess we can drink that stale blood potion that I took off of that one guy.
So you know what Bethesda's developers had problems with?
All kinds of things, I'm sure, but...
Do you know what would have improved the quality of their work?
I don't know.
Office pods.
You're still on the office pod
I'm still on the
thing,
office
right?
pod thing. I can't believe, like, what's the market for these things?
No, it's like, you could use those as an incentive, right? Make your game so that it doesn't crash, or we'll make you work in one of these office pods until it does work right.
Fuck.
Right?
Like, damn. And then they always have like background art to like concept art for these office pods, right? On their websites.
Yeah.
And you look at it and it's like some room that you would never see. It's got like a living room on one side and it's got like a sit down coloring table at the other, and then there's like this office pod in the middle of it. It's like, what the hell am I looking at?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to put my tent up on this little island right here.
Oh, and that's not the worst one. I think the worst one was I saw there was these office pods that were made for sleeping. And they advocated for the benefits of sleeping on the job.
Yeah.
Like, why? Oh, but of course the office pod that for sleeping also had a screen in it, because of course it did.
Well, I got news for you. You don't necessarily need an office pod to sleep on the job, because I used to catch people sleeping on the job, even at the crushing plant.
God.
Right? You walk into the control room and they're having a nap in there, or like any number of other places where it was a little bit out of the way and not too many people came around, right?
Oh, but just imagine buy, like, what kind of company would you have to be to buy a dedicated sleeping facility for your employees?
I don't know. After seeing some of the things that you've shown me over the years, I don't really find that to be that much of a stretch.
Really? Really? I've ruined you? I've ruined your expectations of the world?
Well, the thing is, you once showed me that video about what you called corporate pets.
Oh,
right.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
The woman and the young woman and her cronies who did nothing but go to meetings and workshops all day.
Yeah.
They didn't actually do anything that produced any kind of revenue stream for the company.
I remember that.
You know what I mean? Like they just went to work every day, and they would spend their entire day, going to a meeting to talk about some insignificant topic that didn't really matter, or they'd be going to a workshop on how to
do some insignificant thing.
Yeah, exactly. And
apparently jobs like that actually exist, man.
Well, maybe at one time they did. I don't know whether they still would now, but
yeah, now that this come to light, well, who knows? Yeah, actually, that one of those ladies was
and I think she was working for Amazon or somebody, right?
Maybe. Well, I don't know if it was Amazon. I think that one particular one, the office was in Chicago or something.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what the hell she did or who the hell she worked for. Or
yeah, well, her job title was marketing something or other. Right?
Yeah, but it didn't seem that she did a lot of marketing either. I mean, I know people who are in marketing. They don't have jobs that are like that.
No, she didn't actually talk to anybody outside the company, right? From what I saw anyway, because they basically showed like a day in her life kind of thing. And this was the things that they did, and they would go to the break room and have breakfast, croissants and gourmet coffee and stuff like that for an hour, and then they would go to their first meeting kind of thing, right? I can remember that. It was long enough ago now, I don't remember all the details, but I remember shaking my head and going like, what company can afford to pay for this kind of thing, right?
One that's very wealthy, apparently.
Yeah.
I guess it all just kind of gets lost, right? Under the big-ass profit margin of the company that operates in, like, 100 different countries, right?
What the hell?
Oh, you're getting attacked by somebody.
Oh, I guess somebody must have saw me.
All right, you've had enough.
Oh, somebody else must have saw me. Oh, okay, there was another guard there.
Next Imperial I see is dead.
Usually there's only one out here. That's why I hypnotized that one.
Yep.
But I guess there must have been a second one. But yeah, I remember thinking, like, how can, what company is it out there that can afford to pay for this stuff, right?
Well, not only that, but some of these office pods, they're like $26,000 US. Right? Like, they're ridiculously expensive. And even the smallest ones that I've seen, the cheapest and smallest ones I've seen are like $10,000 US.
Yeah.
It's like, holy crap, man.
Yeah, you could just about, like put up some walls and build in an office type room in a building for that kind of money.
Give me some sheets of plywood. I'll build you an office pod.
Well, thing is, like I said, you could actually, never mind office pod, but you could actually build a...
You could frame and build a room.
Yeah, you could frame and build a room.
And then stick, like, noise-proof foam on the walls.
Like the best of friends.
Well, the thing is that most rooms within an office building that just have plain old stud and drywall construction are actually reasonably soundproof too, right? Like
Yeah, that too, yep.
You're not going to be able to hear what the people in that room are saying if you're outside of that room, unless they have their voices raised or you're putting a glass against the wall or something, right?
Nope,
Like,
they've got to have an office pod. And then they make office meeting rooms, too. Office pod meeting rooms. With capacity of 8 to 10 people.
well, I don't know. That sounds kind of like a racket.
A corporate nonsense
Yeah, it
thing?
sounds like a corporate nonsense thing to me because, like I said, it would cost less to do some minor renovations to a building.
Just build a meeting room.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know what? These things that you showed me pictures of, those things require a fair amount of space too, right?
Yeah, because they have to be put somewhere.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of werewolves.
That's a lot of werewolves, yeah. Yeah, well, let's see here.
I don't know, maybe you buy your cheap steel building and stick a bunch of office pods in it. And call it an office. I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't know. But, anyway, it's just, like that just sounds kind of crazy to me. Okay, for some reason my, weapons all got removed from the, okay, well, okay, let's just go here. Come on. I can't even find my damn,
Did your dagger legendary?
well, no, I couldn't even find my, there, okay, never mind.
So yes, we need to continue ruining Sandman 99's perception of the world, everyone. Feel free to pitch it in the comments down below.
Well, the thing is, though, like, a lot of these things are very alien to me because I did not work in... I worked in what would have been pretty much the polar opposite of that type of environment.
Yeah.
You know? Because,
Look at you, you're like a lawnmower.
Yep.
For werewolves.
Look at that, I just killed the whole works of them. I kind of got chewed up a little bit, but...
Well, that was bound to happen with how many of them there were.
Okay, well, we'll loot the human flesh off of them. So that's why I kept my non-magical dagger.
See, it's an office environment, but you have to bring your own cubicle. Right? So the private cubicle industry sells one to every employee.
Yeah. Well, see, most of my career, I did have an office that I did spend some time in, but it was usually in a modular, like a modular building of some sort or a trailer.
Yep.
You know? And, okay, that's that silly rich person that is looking for the wedding, right? I guess she's not going to make it now.
Nope. At least until she respawns.
Yeah. And, you know, but the thing is, though, the office was not the place where I spent most of my time, right?
Yep.
You know, I would go there because I had to do time sheets for my crew or write reports for, like, production reports and that kind of thing.
Yeah, most of your stuff was spent inside the plant, right?
But yeah, most of my time was spent, well, actually outside, because most of the work that I did was outside. Like the last 8 or 9 years of my career, I worked at the dump in basically an indoor plant setting.
Yep.
But for most of my career, I worked outside because I worked in the mining industry, right? And it was like open pit sand and gravel mining. So
loaders and trucks and...
Yeah, loaders and trucks and, you know, crushing and screening equipment and conveyors and that kind of thing. And that stuff is all done outdoors. And in order to, you know, like properly supervise an operation like that, you actually have to be out there supervising it, rather than sitting doing paperwork in an office somewhere.
Well, you said, too, you're a very hands-on guy, always getting in there and fixing things and making things work.
Oh, yeah.
And taking over for guys when they were having their breaks and things like that.
Yep. Well, because I started off doing the same job they were, right? It's just that I happen to have a little bit of post-secondary education that most of the people that I ended up being their boss did not have, right? And that's what, you know, like when I was first hired by the companies that I worked for, they hired me not just because I had a strong back and a weak mind. They hired me looking at possibly putting me into a supervisory position at some point.
Yep. Yep.
You know, if I proved myself and proved that I was a good worker and that I learned how the operation worked well enough to be qualified to supervise it, right?
Yep.
And the schooling that I had, which was civil engineering, you know, taught me how to do certain things like write reports and you know, do safety paperwork and that kind of stuff, right? Because those are functions that a supervisor in that type of...
Wow, that's a lot of arrows.
Yeah, they're good shots, these guys. That's the type of functions that a supervisor in that environment needs to be able to perform, right?
Yep. Hey, buddy, you just turned yourself into a healing potion by straying too far from the pack.
Yeah, now I'm gonna have to drink up a Magicka potion here. Or two.
The woes of lacking Magicka.
Yep. Maybe we'll take this opportunity to remove some arrows too while we're at this.
So we spent like 15 minutes going on about office pods.
Yeah. Well, it's funny how... Oops.
Oh shit, they're back.
Okay. Hey, why isn't my thing working here? Jeez.
I think you've been staggered.
That guy can shoot really fast. Wow. Look at the fire rate on them.
Yep.
Are you prepared to die?
That's okay. We can match you up anytime. Okay, well, so we'll remove some more arrows then. It's no wonder I was taking a lot of damage from the archers. Like, did you see how fast that one could shoot?
Yeah. I wonder if Forsworn bows or something have a really high fire rate.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know whether I could shoot that fast if I tried.
Well, we know that bows do have different fire rates.
Yeah. I think I grabbed a Forsworn bow already. Maybe I'll experiment with it. There was another one further down here. This is our first time in this area. Explain why there were hostile Forsworn still here.
Forsworn bows have a draw speed of 0.875, so they do fire faster.
Yeah. What's what there I once looked up that list. I think a wooden longbow has a draw speed of around 0.6 or something like that, right? Like the lighter bows have a faster fire rate. So anyway, this here, the Red Lantern Inn, is part of a mod, I believe, called Outlaws and Revolutionaries or something like that. It's by Thuggy Smurf, of course, the guy who did Fusion City Rising, etc. for Fallout 4.
Yep.
And he has much the same kind of sense of humor and temperament in this mod as he does in that one. However, you cannot gain access to this place until you go through a little introductory adventure, I guess, located in Coldwater Cave here, right?
I see.
But inside there's something like 24 merchants in there, and they have piles of gold. Like, if you are a big-time alchemy abuser like me, you can literally break the economy. You know, like by you know, like some of these potions that I'm stashing in the cupboard in Breezeholm because they're worth 2,300 gold pieces individually, and nobody has that kind of money.
Yep.
Well, I'd be able to sell every last one of those potions at the Red Lantern Inn if I had access to that place, because all of those merchants literally, you know, if you added up all the money that they have, they probably have like 300,000 gold total in there, right? Which is why we're not going to go in there right away. Maybe we'll do that quest thing at some point. But, you know, maybe toward the end of this character's lifespan or something, because it's really a very much a Monty Hall style giveaway, right?
Yep.
You know? And, you know, like if you have enough willpower to not abuse it. I mean, just to give you an example, you know how hard it is for me to collect the materials I need in order to make a Jaren root so that I can make Jaren root poison, right?
Yep.
And, well, they have like a box that you can open up that has 50 of every alchemy ingredient in the game, or in the case of Jaren root, it has like 20 Jaren roots in there, right?
Oh, fuck. 20 instant kill poisons.
Yeah, so here you go. You have now the ability to make 20 instant kill poisons, right?
Yeah, didn't it take you almost all the game to make that poison?
I've only made 2 of them since this playthrough started, because that's how hard it is to collect all of the ingredients that you need in order to make it, right? But I intended it that way because, yeah, okay, it made sense from a gameplay point of view to actually have a, you know, where does Jaren root come from kind of thing. It's not something you find growing in Skyrim. So I made that mod just because it made sense, right? That Jaren root is a manufactured item that you make from other components. You know, this guy here, he's going to come up here and try and... Oh, I'm too late. I blew it. What did I have here? I didn't have a weapon ready. That's what happened. That was dumb.
Well, you can always reload your autosave.
Nah, it's okay. It's not that big a deal. We'll just take the key to her room anyway.
It was after Margaret? Why?
It was after Margaret.
But anyway, like I said,
Why?
I wanted that Jaren root poison to be extremely rare and difficult to come by, right? Because otherwise it would severely unbalance the game.
Are you alright? Did you see what happened?
Well, yeah.
The Forsworn? Strange. Well, I hope the 8 give you more peace in the future, for what it's worth. Oh, I think you dropped this. Some kind of note. Looks important.
Oh, what's this note? Is it your note?
My note? No, that's yours. Must have fallen out of your pocket.
Okay, well, did you know anything about the attack?
I was just getting some fresh air. I had one too many pints of mead at the Silver Blood Inn.
Okay.
I'd better get going.
Well, you know what? I'd better get going too, because I got
Need to
stuff
get
to
going.
do.
What is it?
And, guess we'll read Elturus's note. But I don't really want to get involved in Markarth politics right now, so,
Need something.
I think we'll just be on
Need
our
to get
way
going.
here.
What is it?
Everybody's looking.
Everybody's looking. We'll just have to wait till things die down here a bit. Now, we have to find our way up to the Temple of Dibella. Okay, I think it's up this way. Wow, what was that? I just suddenly got a real rattle through my controller here.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah,
I have no idea. I guess it didn't like those stairs.
maybe. Okay, here we go. There's Serana, that's good. Need to go and talk to the priestess of Dibella. So here we go.
I'm sorry, the Temple of Dibella is closed. You can receive your blessing if you wish, but the other sisters are in seclusion.
Okay, well, I came regarding my companion
Is there
Serana.
something I can do for you?
My companion wants to receive Dibella's
This
blessing.
is a noble goal, indeed. I might be able to help you. But what you seek does not come easily, and can destroy those without a strong will.
What? She simply needs to demonstrate her Dibellan arts, doesn't she?
Yes, but there's dirt in her past to be considered. Dibella teaches love and compassion, but that doesn't mean we're just going to let her walk away from this.
She has to atone for her past sins. Is this about my companion's dark past with Molag Bal?
Just that, I'm afraid. You shouldn't be surprised.
So can my companion gain Dibella's favor?
That power certainly exists, I assure you, if you have the strength. I will be asking you to do something difficult, maybe even dangerous. This is Dibella's will.
Okay, so it's going to be like that, is it?
It's a religious thing.
Fine, we will pace Dibella's trials to receive her
So be
blessing.
it. Let me speak to our guest.
Okay.
A heathen. Lovely.
Thank you for your kindness.
Oh, don't put on that angry look. I'm just teasing you. I knew when you walked in that you were special. I'm your friend.
I'm a little nervous about all of this. This place makes me a little uneasy.
There. It will pass. You can let go of your guilt.
I've come here to ask the temple for a blessing. I've been thinking about this for a long time.
Who asks?
My name is Serana. Even with everything in my past, would you help with it? This blessing.
Maybe, if that's what you want. Dibella teaches us forgiveness after all. Even for a dark beauty like you.
Okay.
You must practice our Dibellan arts faithfully and atone for your actions.
All right. Do you need something?
A small test, if you will. That would prove you're devoted to Dibella. But you will have someone who can help. A bodyguard to protect you. And I know the perfect person.
Oh, I I see.
Oh, this is going to be great. Do this thing, and Dibella's blessing will be yours.
Okay. We're supposed to follow her, maybe?
Maybe.
I'm sorry. The Temple of
Okay.
Dibella...
Okay, so how does this quest work?
You will help Dibella's faithful. Those having some difficulties out there. Please see to them. Gain their confidence. Practice our Dibellan arts faithfully. Offer that symbol of our divine goddess. The marks of Dibella.
And then what?
Dibella will take care of the rest.
Okay.
No. Your friend. She's Dibella's champion. You have an advisor position here.
Okay.
This is important business, you know.
Well, I guess it all sounds pretty easy.
Oh, wait. It gets much better. Dibella will give you a challenge to set your mind on. And if, in the process, the champion should die, so be it. At least she'll die with a clear conscience.
So there's a catch.
Speaking.
Okay, so there'll be danger involved, and this helps people?
If you can pass the test, then yes. Just make sure to take care of whatever's going on there. I suggest you learn more on your own.
Okay, where do we start?
There's a woman in Whiterun. Go talk with her. Come back once you've attained some measure of success. It's all in this note.
Okay. So, I guess we'll read the note. I have a lot of notes in here. Go. Seek out the supplicant Alam in Whiterun, ease her woe. Practice your Dibellan arts after speaking to her, and the goddess will reveal her champion's challenge. The champion is to defeat the challenge and learn its lesson. Okay. I guess we'll talk to Serana now.
You're great. I feel like we're happy together.
Yeah. Turns out this blessing thing could be complicated.
Not fond of vampires, are they?
They just don't know you
We need
like
to
I
do all
do.
that nonsense to get into the temples so we can get a blessing.
Now, who knows? It might
Nothing
be
like
fun.
a goose chase around the whole damned province.
But you want to be the one
Another
who get out and
adventure.
explore.
All right.
Okay, so I guess now we're off to Whiterun.
Indeed.
Yep. Oops, I took a wrong turn here. No way down that way. Well, I guess that concludes our business in Markarth for the time being. But there, now we're hidden. We'll see if we can have a snack on these two dead bodies that no one has bothered to clean up just yet.
I'll come with you wherever you want to go.
Okay, well, we're going to go to Whiterun. And we could, you know, like bat travel, teleport there, but where's the fun in that?
Well, you miss out on all the good things to kill.
Yeah, and the random dragon attacks and you know, all that kind of stuff too, right?
Disrespect the law and you disrespect me.
And you can't do much flower picking when you do that either. So we need to do that for all those alchemy fans out there. But there are a whole bunch of side quests that could be followed out of Markarth, of course, too. See, just up here down this path is where that cave is, if you want to open up the red lantern. Uh-oh.
Where'd you come from?
Well, they're definitely zealous, aren't they?
Yep. This looks like it was the weak versions of the Vigilance of Stendarr there. But that's okay, we'll take all their potions and their stuff and things here. And then we'll continue on our way here.
Oh, there's a dragon nearby.
It's up there. See the fire?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it's a dragon, though.
Oh, do you think it's one of those Dropman things?
Yeah, it's one of those Drawman things, I think. What? What's going on now? What's this? I don't remember this ever being here. What is this?
Who's there?
I don't know, but there are Forsworn in it.
Yeah.
And everyone in Skyrim now wants to kick your ass.
Okay. Well, I'll get a couple of my arrows back anyway. Some void salts. Yeah, it's like there's a Forsworn camp here in the middle of nowhere. I wonder if this is some sort of random encounter or something.
you and me against the world now.
Because it doesn't really look like they have much. Oh, and there's some iron ore to mine.
I'm happy to help you run any errands you need to. I'm glad you're here.
Okay, well, I guess now we can be on our way again. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I know what these are.
A whole bunch of them.
Yep, a whole bunch of them. Oh, see, Kine wants that one dead.
Well, now you'll get a message between 5 and 45 minutes from now saying that Kine is pleased.
Yep. Well, I'll get some of my arrows back anyway. A few of them, and then I guess I have to recharge this bow because this bow is out of charges again. See, these Vigilant of Stendar types are not very consistent. Some of them want to kill me, and others
Stendar's mercy
more or less ignore me.
has none to spare.
I think daytime will be here soon, too.
The fun of day.
Yep, here it is. Oh,
At least you don't get crispy crittered pretty much instantly in this game like you do in Fallout 4.
yeah. Yeah, that one is very unforgiving. Odd.
Done and done.
Not quite done. There's still one more left yet there, Serana. Oh, okay. Well, now that one more is turned into 3 more. Oh, and goblins too. Alright. Oh, Serana just stepped in the way and I shot her.
Oh, you know what? She must be used to it by now. I mean, she you know what? Think of it this way. She shoves enough ice spikes into your, like, left and right ass cheek.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, what's an arrow here or there for her? You're just getting a little payback.
Okay, well, pick up a few things off these guys.
Yeah, see, I've shown you lots about office pods, but have I talked to you yet about gamer beds?
Gamer beds?
Gamer beds!
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Yep, there's such a thing. So you can have your bed and it can recline into like a bed form or sit up into sort of like a like chair form, and it's got like the dual monitor set up and a little holder for your phone and like a little tray for snacks and a couple of cup holders and
Wow.
Yep,
Okay.
Yep. You never have to leave your bed.
Wow. So does it have like a bedpan built into it too?
No, no, it's the one thing it's missing.
There, so you do in fact have to get up out of your bed once in a while.
Hey man, you know what? I'm sure they'll figure something out eventually.
Well, I guess this looks like as good a place to camp as any, hey?
Yep.
I still feel full and sleepy after all that turkey dinner.
Yeah, because it's around Easter when you were recording this.
Yep, that's right. In fact, it's Good Friday.
Yeah, you went and had your big Easter dinner on Good Friday. I was feeling a little tired earlier myself, actually, but then I had a whole bunch of caffeine and caffeinated drinks, and I've been feeling better since then.
Yep. Because it's nothing like caffeine and caffeinated drinks to get you going again.
That's right. 2 cups a day. Fuck that. Try 10.
Yeah. Actually, though, I don't often have more than 2 or maybe 3 cups a day. Uh-oh, now what? Oh, it's a troll. Wowee, that was rather lopsided. Wonder if the troll was killing the mud crabs here.
Actually, speaking of which, speaking of gamer-related stuff, so I used to know this guy, right? Back, well, way back when I was in school.
Wow, did you see that? I just killed that thing with a bow bash.
Huh? But I used to know this guy back in school, and we were buddies. We used to like go and we'd grab like Wendy's and then go to like his place or whatever and like play games and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And what he'd do is he'd order like the extra large drinks from Wendy's, which come in like that plastic cup, or at least they did at the time. And then what he'd do is he'd like wash the plastic cups and use them as like his cups. So he had like stacks and stacks and stacks of these Wendy's cups in his like cupboard.
Oh, well, why not?
Yeah, well, why not? I guess, you know, because I guess they're durable like cups. I have no idea if they're like safe to reuse or anything. Or
Well, I imagine if you wash them by hand, they're probably fine.
yeah, probably, I guess. And so, you know, he always had these big giant ass cups there.
Anyway,
I guess that's one of the benefits of living near Wendy's.
yeah. Here is another little point of interest. This has to do with the restoration school. And, or is it the alteration school? The alteration school, yeah. And you have this perk called Wild Shrines. And what that does is it activates several shrines out in the wilderness.
Yep.
And this one happens to be the Restoration Shrine.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and it looks like Mr. Corpse there. He has this book called The Wilder King Legend. Right?
Yep.
By an unknown author. And it looks like it's King Valenwood Shout Green, the Tell, the Tale, the Mover, the Shaper, the One, the Wilder King. His eye projects outward and the world and touches everything he perceives. And so it looks like it's like a book with a rather long poem of some sort in it, right?
Yep.
So that's all well and good and interesting, and it's really not worth a whole lot, and it doesn't really do anything. But if you use this shrine, it adds a magical effect, right?
Oh, okay.
That is a permanent magical buff. And since this is the Restoration Shrine, if we look at
Your new buff.
yeah, if we can find it in here, because this is a very long
List of buffs.
yeah.
They need a new UI for buffs in the next game.
Yeah, they need to clean it up a little bit so that you can find it a little bit, find things a little easier.
Find
right?
effects by name rather than by effect name.
Yeah. Well, because I've got it selected by name already.
But the problem is that it's effect name, right?
Yeah. Empower Restoration. The restoration spells are 15% more powerful.
Nice.
And there's also a shrine for each of the other magical schools.
Yep.
Scattered around Skyrim, right?
Do they all stack?
Well, yeah, because they're different. They affect different schools of magic, right?
So it's not just like you get one and then it replaces the one that you currently had. It's like an actual permanent thing.
Yeah, it's an actual permanent buff.
Nice.
I had to do a lot of work to pick that.
Yeah, you know, if it's that much work. Oh, bear. Yeah, pick flowers, pick juniper berries, and then boom, bear.
Yep.
I guess the bear wanted those berries, man.
Yep, it's like, those are my juniper berries. What do you think you're doing? Yeah, I think in the archery tree, when I said, holy shit, I really killed that one to death with only one shot. I think what it does is, instead of giving you like the 5 steps at the very bottom of the skill tree, right?
Yeah, you get, like, for example, bonuses when you bash and things.
Because here, bashing with a bow or crossbow always staggers the target, and it allows you to deal 40% more damage per shot for the next 10 seconds, right?
And I guess 40% in that case meant, like, killing that thing in one shot.
Yep.
And I don't know, maybe there's other buffs in that tree that also help you out.
Well, it stacks with other buffs in that tree, right?
They just want you to play a melee archer.
Well, that's basically what I do here anyway, right?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, you were making a dedicated effort at it for a very long time, especially earlier in this series, until at one point you decided you wanted to, like, sub-specialize into, like, the fast dagger combat thing.
Yeah. Well, the fast dagger combat thing does kind of fit in with the archetype that I like too, right? Yeah, you wave your club in a warning fashion toward us. We'll just keep on going.
Yeah, he goes, "Get off my lawn."
Yeah. Ugh. Ugh.
Who's there?
Oh, haven't seen any of these guys in a while.
Yeah, actually, it's been a while.
Yep.
Well, I guess they haven't forgotten about you either. So you'll go and you'll kill these guys, and then you'll take another 5 steps down the road, and then it'll be a Dawn Guard attack. Well, no, I guess they won't attack you anymore, will they?
The Dawn Guard guys? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess, okay. I guess they will attack you still.
Oh, this guy summons things too, right?
Alright, so then you'll get a Dawn Guard attack, and then you'll get 5 more steps down the road, and you'll find some Vigilance Estendar. Alright, and then maybe you'll get a pack of bears.
Yep. Well, you know what? It's busy work, right? It's busy work being the Dragonborn.
See, what they don't show is the wagon that you're dragging behind you this entire time, right?
Yeah. Oh, look, I just learned another spell.
Alright, it's like a rickshaw wagon that you drag behind you that's filled with all the treasure and shit that you pick up over the course of your adventure from town to town.
Nah, it just all fits in the back pocket of my thong here, right? Just like in Dragon's Dogma, you know, the lingerie and the silver breastplate, and you know, like your character's running down the road, and all she's got on is this stupid thong and a bikini top, and then
she pulls the lantern out of her.
She pulls the lantern out of her back pocket. Right, she reaches around as if she's reaching into some kind of a pouch or something at the small of her back, and pulls this lantern out of nowhere.
It just looks like she's pulling the lantern out of her ass, okay? That's what it looks like.
Hey, you know what? This is a time-honored, you know, RPG type of thing, right?
It is funny, though.
Yeah, it is. But that's how I can carry all that stuff, right?
See, I was about to work something in there about the rickshaw having an office pod in the back of it before you shut that down. So
yeah, no more office pod. We've had enough of that.
Yeah, we've had 2 consecutive recordings about that crap now. Oh man, I don't know why it's in my head now. Now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it.
Well, you know what? Every now and then you see something that's so crazy that you wonder how reasonable people can be on board with it, right? And yet they're offering that stuff out there for sale for any, you know, and there must be people buying these things
for exorbitant prices.
Yeah.
Apparently there's an ISO standard for quiet office spaces and meeting rooms, actually.
You know what? There's an ISO standard for a lot of things.
And apparently some of these office pods use the fact that they meet that ISO standard in their marketing.
But mostly the ISO thing is also a real, paper horse, right, too. There's because I worked for a company that had ISO certification, and there was a lot of paperwork involved.
Yep.
Yeah, because basically, like, especially if you're in a specialty field, they're not telling you how you should produce your product or anything like that, but what they're doing is they're giving you a fairly strict system on how you explain in writing what you do to produce your product. Okay? So if there's inspection and testing involved, well, you have to explain in detail what each test does, how it's performed, what the purpose of it is, what an acceptable result is, all that kind of stuff.
And it's just blah, blah, blah.
And then it branches out from there because, for example, if you are weighing a substance on a lab scale,
yep.
Well, then not only do you have that particular procedure that you have to follow, and you have to make sure you follow that procedure every time, and every time you run that test, you have to do, like a certain amount of paperwork to document the results of that test, right, to make sure that it's properly recorded as being an accurate test, right?
Yep.
But you also have to, regularly test and verify any measuring equipment that you use in the process of testing these things, right? So you have to have a set of test weights that you put on this scale, say, I don't know, twice or three times a year. And your scale has to, the readout on your scale has to match what the, weight of the weights are within a certain, very small percentage of acceptable deviation, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a dragon just flew over my head. And not only that, but those weights have to be come from a certified source as well, so that those weights have to be certified as being accurate. It's kind of like, like the, I guess, official weight somewhere that they have that is actually truly 1 kilogram or whatever.
Oh,
you know
God.
what I mean? Like, these weights have to come, you have to purchase them from a company that will back and verify the accuracy of these weights almost, right? So it's not just doing one thing. It's that, for any one type of testing, it really involves possibly as much as 2 or 3 or even more other tests and verifications that have to be done on a regular basis too, right?
Well, I'm sure as hell happy that as a software developer, I don't have to deal with any of that.
Yeah.
The only way ISO standards get in my way, or get in my life rather, is in defining what the standard form of a programming language is.
Yeah. Well, and those are widely accepted standards that everybody uses too. I mean, when you're in the business of producing a product that is a specialty product that, like maybe only your company and a limited number of other companies might produce, well, then there isn't really an international standard on how that particular product is made. It's mainly what you're doing is you're just defining the processes that you go through to make that product.
Yep.
And it's, if you want to break it down, basically it's like we say what we do and then we do what we say, and then we do all of the paperwork and filing to prove that we do what we say, And if your company is large enough, like if you have a large enough location with enough of that kind of activity going on, then all the bookkeeping involved in keeping up an ISO program that will pass an audit could be, pretty much a full-time job for a person, right?
See, maybe that's where some of these office jobs are created.
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe.
But the thing is, though, I don't really understand how that particular thing would apply to an operation where you're not actually making something, right? These are some more of those sissy vigilants of Stendar, I think.
Yep. Well, it also makes you wonder why there's an ISO standard for soundproof office rooms.
Well, the company that makes those things wanted to have some sort of selling point that they could use to convince people who would want to buy such things
that their stuff is better than their competitors.
That their product meets a particular acceptable standard, I guess, right? Because, you know what, there were other companies out there that the company I worked for competed with that did not bother with the ISO thing, right? And, like, they did just fine, too.
Yep.
But our company, particularly the sales staff, played big time on the ISO thing as being a selling point because our inspection and testing is more consistent, and we strive harder to make sure that we make a quality product for you, and so on and so on, right? And this ISO standard is what we use to ensure that our product continues to be the best possible, right?
Or not.
Okay, well, guess I can put my arrow away. We'll loot that guy.
Yeah, were you trying to loot that guy with your bow drawn?
I was trying to loot that guy with my bow drawn. So anyway, I'm not going to claim to be an ISO expert or anything like that, but I have, worked for a company that, had an ISO quality assurance program in place, and it was pretty important to the managers of the company, and particularly the salespeople too. It mattered to them.
When the salespeople run the company.
Well, when you think about it, though, that in a way that kind of makes sense, because if you don't, there's another one of those things. If you don't have any sales, well, then you're not going to have a company for very long, right? So it's not really. And like I said, I'm talking about this like it's a bit onerous and that kind of thing, and it is, but I'm not talking about it like it's necessarily a bad thing. It's just a thing, right?
Yeah. It's a different way of doing things that some companies follow and some don't.
Yeah, because some companies feel that it enhances their image and makes them a little bit, makes their product, the way that people perceive their product, as being a bit better or a bit more prestigious or something, whereas other companies feel that they can produce a perfectly good, reliable product without bothering to go jump through all these paperwork hoops, right?
Yeah.
And I have worked for companies that didn't do the ISO thing, but they still had their own quality assurance, because there are internationally accepted standards for specific products that are made. Like if you make 3/4 inch washed rock for concrete purposes, well, there is a set of specifications that must be complied with in order for that product to be acceptable for that end use.
Yeah,
right?
that makes sense.
And you don't need ISO certification in order to be able to make a product that is, you know, falls within that specification, right?
Yep.
It's just kind of, in that business anyway, it's just kind of an extra step that the one company I work for took, in addition to ASTM or CSA or whatever standards, right?
Yep.
Well, we have arrived. How are we doing for time here anyway?
We are at 1 hour and 15.
Okay, well, maybe we can talk to Alam anyways and find out what we need to do. Except that there is now a
Attack of some kind.
Dawn Guard Hunter attack.
Yeah, haven't you seen these Dawn Guard Hunter attacks in the streets?
Yeah, really.
You haven't been keeping your eyes open, friend.
Hey, I got an idea. Let's just get a little bit of this going here, because I don't tend to use these as much as I should. Okay,
yeah, that's sure what the hell.
Yeah, let's use that. There, he's gonna collapse right away.
Oh, the poison killed him.
Yeah, the poison killed him. There's still somebody else out here.
Yeah, I'm just behind the building here. Oh, they came out from behind the building. Serana's in battle.
There. It's just busy around here. Well, lockpicks. I'm not even going to bother picking that crap up. I've got so much of it already. Lockpicks again. Yeah, well, you just keep your hands off my plants, eh? Yeah.
Huh.
Shouldn't leave things around to trip over.
Yeah, like these dead guys?
Yeah, like these dead guys.
You're the one cast those illusions.
Goddamn dead guys littering the streets.
Yeah, really, eh? And I'm getting blamed for it.
Well, you did technically kill them.
Yeah, I know. And I guess I did technically leave them laying around too, right?
Yeah, see, you're supposed to just, you know, bring your portable crematorium over here with you, right?
Yeah, okay. Well, let's get off the street before somebody else decides to attack us. Yeah, everybody's going, oh, what happened? What happened?
It's a big talk of the town now.
It's just like, it's really funny. You have an attack like that in some place like Whiterun, and there's like 3 or 4 bodies laying there. And then one of the kids goes walking down the street and goes, ah, dead body. And then 5 steps later comes to the next one, ah, dead body.
You know what? That's better than the fucking vegetable girl, though, okay? I'd rather hear that than hear, I work with my mother, sell fruits and vegetables. It's fun most days, but hard work.
Yeah. You just recited it word for word.
I hate the fucking vegetable girl. I haven't played this game in years, and that's still stuck in my head, okay?
Yeah.
No stranger to the wilds. I'm sure we can meet your hunting needs.
Yeah, well, I think maybe she must be upstairs, because I can't find her anywhere around here.
That's okay. They make a mod to satisfy people like me. To deal with the vegetable girl.
Well, let's take a bite out of Nazim here first. Then we'll talk to Alam.
Men are all alike, from Skyrim to Hammerfell. They care only for war and politics, and treat their women like cattle.
Yeah, the Temple of the Dibella sent me.
I knew you'd come for me. I just knew it.
You need help with your love life?
Yes, I could use some help with that.
What seems to be the problem?
To be honest, I simply can't stand my husband.
Well, no, most other people can't either, actually.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Well, the Temple of Dibella offers
Are
you
you a
blessings and
priest?
counsel.
Looks like you've got someone with you. An assistant, perhaps?
Dibella has sent unto you her chosen champion.
Wonderful.
This is the Lady Serana. She acts on your
I'm
behalf.
just so overwhelmed. A hero. For me.
Okay, there's way too many people in this room now.
Everybody wants to take part.
My name is Serana. If you need some help, I'm ready.
Yes, my lady. It's my husband, Nazim. The gap between us seems to be widening. He's just so self-absorbed.
It's because you haven't been to the Cloud District lately.
Now, tell us something. What's going on?
He's been spending more and more time fawning over the Jarl.
I see.
But it's more than that. I swear we're hardly ever home at the same time anymore.
Have you talked to him yet?
Well, I try, but he won't listen. How did we get to this point? Is there no love left between us?
I guess we need to figure out what's happened.
Milady,
Yes?
the priestess here has taught me quite a bit. I am trained in the 3 traditional arts. This is all I can offer in return for this. I hope it's enough.
That's fine. I'm happy to help you with your problem. Hopefully I'll see you again soon.
Okay, I guess I have to talk to her again now.
Now let's talk. Yes, I've been working on mine for a while now. Danica has helped me immensely to learn more about Dibella's rituals and prayers.
What do you ask?
I need someone to remind Nazim that he's not married to himself. This cycle must end.
Okay, and if he
And I
can't be
simply have
helped?
to fall in love with someone actually interested in relationships. That's what I'm doing.
Well, we'll try talking to
If you
Nazim.
wanna try, go right ahead. I don't think anything will get through that thick skull of his, though. Nazim can be very vindictive. He takes some getting used to. Farewell.
Okay. Now we need to talk to Nazim, and
Hey, shithead, wake up!
he's right there, so it's really quite handy.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often?
Of course, this motherfucker.
Of course you don't.
Actually, I do. I'm the Jarl's Thane, so I get
One
there
can
all the
only
time.
imagine the sordid types found in the Temple of Dibella.
Temple offers its blessings and
And
counsel.
what's that have to do with me?
Your wife feels the marriage may not be at its full
And
potential.
why not? I'm handsome, strong, and smart. What else could she possibly need?
Well, she sent her champion to help you both.
Oh, really? Are you saying she's going to cast Dibella's magic, huh? So, the eruption of her butt shoots rainbows, does it?
Okay, but your wife is
At least
concerned.
Dibella's women don't shirk their responsibilities. But that venomous wife of mine? No. She's busy dealing with the common rabble.
Your wife is a healer at the Temple of Kinnereth.
Yes, tending the people I have the displeasure of dealing with on a regular basis.
So what do you do
I actually
exactly?
advise the Jarl on political matters.
Huh.
My input is invaluable, of course. But this is all probably a bit over your head. If there's nothing else, I really do have important matters to tend to.
In other words, he's either a snake oil salesman or a smear merchant.
Here,
Yep.
a little something for you. You can buy some skooma to drown your troubles. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll introduce myself to your woman.
Oh, this is going to go well, I'm sure.
Ah, it's you. Yes, well, and here you are.
Here I am.
Away from the Temple of Dibella.
I guess so.
Can I buy you a drink, darling? You're making me unseasonably warm.
Not going to happen. Ever. I just don't think you're my type.
Shot down, in
Worth
flames.
your while. I know what Dibella's women will do for a few coins.
I'm not talking about this with you anymore.
You didn't need to say a word, but I heard you loud and clear. Just let me put your adoring face to good use, and I'll give you the most...
Oh, fuck.
I promise.
Wow.
I don't think that's something you want. Trust me, you wouldn't like it.
I hear more threatening words from my wife. Get lost.
Okay.
You're great, really. I'm glad you're here.
So I guess we met Nazim then.
Oh, wow. That was one of the Jarl's little acolytes.
He treated you like a prostitute. You're Dibella's champion. What are your thoughts?
Well, if I were a betting woman, I'd say he's not exactly a good person.
Nope, probably not.
Well, that makes everything easy.
Oh.
Yes. He has to die.
What?
Look, I think we've seen this before.
How did we get to there?
For someone who fancied himself as royalty, he's just obsessed with power. Just like my father. And that has a way of souring.
The way he behaved, I think he could have really used a good swift kick in the nuts. But
it's time for some problem solving.
But death?
It's time for some problem solving. You need to get on board with the solution.
Is that Dibella's will, or are you just angry?
No stabby, no happy.
I'm not happy about this.
Yeah.
If we weren't doing this for the temple, I'd have his blood for asking that. It was just so degrading.
Well, I'll take his blood for you if you ask, but you are Dibella's champion.
Well then, I'm not going to be the one to destroy a marriage.
Okay, is that Dibella's will?
I don't know.
You want to help Alam at least? Then what do we do?
I think we both know. It's time for us.
Yeah.
Yes. Look, this whole art thing, it's just personal. I'd rather not have a bigger audience than I need to.
Well, then I guess we should
Good.
go
Let's
somewhere
go.
private. Okay. Well, here we go. Luckily, Bree's home is right across the street.
But sadly, no pointy end into the Zim.
Nope.
Mama,
Hey, brat.
can I get a few gold to spend? Please?
Yeah, just a little bit of pocket change.
Yeah, here you go.
What? Seriously? No way! I could buy everything in the market.
Fuck.
Wow. Thanks.
Responsible parenting.
That's
with a capital R.
That's right. See, I gave her a dagger too, right? She asked me for a present, so I gave her a dagger. And she practices on this little practice dummy in her room, right?
Of course.
I don't want to play with her anymore.
I'm here if you need me, Thane.
Okay, well, let's talk to Serana.
Just you and me against the world.
Yeah, here we go.
What a wonderful place you've brought me. Well, why don't you get closer? And I'll do the rest.
Okay. So, love happens. I'm not sure what having sex with Serana will do to solve Alam's problems, but it works for me.
I would never hesitate to share anything with you.
You're glowing.
Oh, wow. It's beautiful. She's gorgeous.
She is actually glowing. What's happening?
She was here with me. She was with us.
Is it Dibella?
Yes. She took part in it. She was feeling you. Inside.
Wow, okay.
Incredible. And what's this glimmer? I can feel some kind of power in it.
I don't know.
I understand. She was trying to communicate with me.
what did she tell you?
There's a lot of feelings, but not words. It was cryptic, yet she wanted something.
Well, the priestess said Dibella would give you a
That
challenge.
part I don't know. But I think I know where we can start looking. Come on, let's go find out.
Okay. Well, the goddess's aura looks good on you.
She's so much more powerful than Molig Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy to help you run any errands you need to.
Okay. Accompany Serana and speak to her at Dibella's marker.
I feel like we're happy together.
So we have to go somewhere now,
Indeed.
I guess.
As you kick your bowl across the room.
Yep, I'm going to kick my bowl across the room. But we need to do a little bit of inventory management here. So we'll have a look at the quest log here and see what we're supposed to do. Okay. So she has to do some sort of challenge. So maybe what we'll do is we'll leave it at this now. Since we are approaching an hour and a half.
All right.
Probably too much time already. And we'll maybe pick up what Serana has to do. I imagine it's some sort of quest that involves danger and all that kind of good stuff, you know. Hacking and slashing and hurling of ice spikes.
Or some such.
Yeah. But we'll find out in the next episode.
Indeed.
Yeah, so until then.
I'm Rec B5.
And I'm Sandman99. Hope you all had fun watching.
Have a good one.